precipice. Do you remember when you had vocabulary words in school? And you get a new group of vocabulary words every week. And you know some of them, and some of them you have no clue. And then some of them you have no clue, you learn them, and then you remember them, and they stick with you forever. And I remember precipice was being on the edge or close to figuring something out, but I just remember the edge. That's just one of those vocab words that stuck with me through the years. I don't know, after this week, we just got back from the hospital yesterday. Everything went smoother, if you ask me, than the other two ones, for sure. And I think after 2 times and knowing what to expect, I think we were just impatient and finally got out of there. But I don't know, I just kind of not woke up, but I had to stay home. I chose to stay home and be with the family while the game was going on, and it was frustrating. It was difficult to watch, but also it just made me think there's so much more I could be doing with the program, and then there's so much more today. I woke up and I just feel like there's so much more I can be doing with my own life and just the time that I still have. And it feels like I'm on the precipice or the edge of actually pulling the trigger and making a change. I've felt like this before too. The other time that really sticks out in my mind was after my brother's wedding. I think because I was talking to so many different people and making so many different connections, and just, I don't know, I was just on a different vibe, but I felt like I was on some sort of precipice of making a change as I was driving back to college from that summer break, or from my brother's, maybe it was just from the summer break, it could have been, but I felt like I was on the precipice of making a change and really starting to grind, but I don't think I ever took that initiative. But today, after pacing around my house last night, realizing I've got 3 children now, and I texted one of my friends last night and I said, it's real now. As I was holding my youngest one, and then I was walking back and forth checking on the other 2 in their bedrooms, and my wife recovering from her surgery to get the baby out and being asleep, it all hit me that it's real now, and how challenging this 3-kid thing is going to be, and how much more calculated and just ready to roll the punches we're going to have to be. But more than anything, I'm just feeling that I'm on the precipice of making a change and trying to, I don't know, I guess put more effort into everything. And I don't know, I can't really explain it as well as I was thinking I was as I was walking back from dropping Skylar off at school. But it feels obviously, because a huge change did happen, because we added another member to our family, and so we're going to have to roll with the bunches and make those changes. But also, I think, my kids got to see me do stuff that I'm super jazzed about, I'm super passionate about. I'm definitely still very passionate about volleyball, and just the fact that we got beat last night and we had opportunities to take the match just infuriates me and makes me wish I was there, and makes me wish I could have done something different. But I don't think I would have. I think I would have done most of what the other coaches had done, and at the end of the day, the execution was on the court with the fellas, and I guess I feel responsible for that, for the execution part not being there, that I just didn't ingrain enough competitive execution skills and team chemistry type stuff in practice. And I can keep telling myself it was a weird year and it was COVID and then all this, but I'm on the precipice of not judging people anymore as much, trying not to, and not making excuses and not explaining myself and giving excuses because people don't want to hear that. I think you just got to live with your actions. If they want some sort of explanation, I think I'm considering, yeah, explaining, but also being like, well, what's the point of us explaining and going backwards when, we weren't there and we can move forward, and it's got to be about what we're doing moving forward. And yeah, I'm not sure what's going to be gained by us just constantly explaining the excuses for stuff for why it didn't happen. Maybe we just need to work as hard as we can, and then what happens, and we just live with that, and that's the positive thing of all this. Anyways, again, my thoughts on all of it. We're still so blessed here in this town, in this space, and if I just put everything into perspective, it's all good, and we got a good spot going. But I just I gotta pull the trigger. I really got to. And I think I'll feel it when I do. Um, but today it feels a little bit different. Feels like we're on course. We can be on course to do a lot more. Thanks.